Hey guys! Welcome to the Garbage Time Podcast. I'm your host, Katie Nolan. This is our second podcast of the week. Tuesday, we released a guest-only podcast with Rembert Brown, so definitely go back and check that out. We munch into the microphone a bunch. Eating some sliders. Today is our Pick Your Poison podcast, and as always, I am joined by producer Matt.
Hey, dude.
Hey, dude. Wow, you threw me off.
I know. Every time.
Whew.
Different.
And producer Dave.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. At least you're consistent.
That's how I roll.
And of course, because this is how we do our podcast here, because research shows this is what's big with our demo, they're going to talk about their panties for a minute.
Wow.
Go ahead, guys.
What a tee up.
Great tee up.
So I'm wearing my Mack Weldon sweatshirt again. Super comfortable. I haven't taken it off since last week's podcast.
Good.
So, but still doesn't smell.
Still
right?
not smelling.
Wicking away sweat.
Yeah, it's just wicking. I don't know where it goes, but it wicks. I was looking at their website today. They sell some other stuff.
So was I, giggity.
Yep.
Just naked dudes.
There are those.
yeah.
They sell cool undershirts, short sleeve and long sleeve tees in all kinds of colors. Cool socks that all the cool dudes wear to work now.
Dudes.
And of course the sweatshirt, which Katie Nolan once called flattering, and I will never forget.
It
that
is flattering, so flattering that I got one for myself.
Whoa!
I left it at my desk, but it's very comfortable. It's a nice weight. It's like it's heavy without being burdensome.
It's very soft.
I mean, it feels like, you know, when you go to bed and you put on a blanket and it makes you feel that much better because there's a little bit of weight.
Yes.
I love
That's
that feeling.
that's what the hoodie feels like to me. Anyway,
It's awesome.
it's like the hoodie. Mack Weldon hoodies feel like being in bed with Katie Nolan.
Wow.
Wow.
Sales
Should I just
through the
You
rocket
have
ship.
anything you want to say, Dave? Because I think that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Guys, if you want to be comfortable, they want you to be comfortable, so if you don't like your first pair, you can keep it and they will still refund you. That's amazing. No questions asked. Go to MackWeldon.com and get 20% off using promo code GarbageTime. All one word, no spaces. That's MackWeldon.com. Promo code GarbageTime for 20% off. Let's get into this podcast. For one of the first times while we're filming this, there's like breaking news happening while we're doing this. Big A-Rod news today. Did you guys hear?
Retiring next
Yeah.
year.
So yes, Alex Rodriguez news. He's retiring after 20. I was talking about Aaron Rodgers. Saw a UFO one time.
What?
Yeah, he went on the Pete Holmes podcast and was like,
He
dead
did?
serious. I saw a UFO. I believe he said it was in New Jersey.
Of course.
He said it was an orange thing in the sky moving from right to left. And
What?
it was him. Wow. Who did he say he saw it with? It's him, his brother, and somebody else. Saw a UFO.
Googling
and is
it.
like not joking about it.
I love that podcast,
It's
by
dead
the way.
serious. Me too. I love Pete Holmes. I think he's dope. But yeah, also that baseball guy says he's retiring.
A UFO? What's your take on UFOs? Real? Fake?
So, sure, yeah. I think people say they see them probably more often than they actually have seen them. But I think it's silly to think that in the entire universe we're the only intelligent life form.
Does it make you like Aaron Rodgers more or less hearing that he full-on believes in UFOs?
Aaron Rodgers has this thing with me where like everything he does manages to affirm my opinion of Aaron Rodgers. There's like no, like I like him more, I like him less. Every single time he's in the news, I go, okay. Like there's no.
Yeah.
He's just a straight line to me.
Yeah.
I don't feel strongly or like I think I err on the side of liking him.
Okay.
I don't dislike him, but I don't hear this and go, oh well. And when it's like, oh, he likes his balls overinflated. Oh, what? No, I don't. Okay. That's my.
Alright, cool.
That's the word that sums up
Yeah.
my thoughts on Aaron Rodgers. All right.
He's like best case scenario for a quarterback. Like very overexposed, but
Yep.
you kind of know nothing about him at the same time.
Kind of boring. He tries to be funny
Yeah.
sometimes on Twitter, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the Jennifer Lawrence of
Whatever.
quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Call.
Yeah.
Very
We're gonna learn
likable.
more.
Like, oh, he photobombs. That's fun.
Yeah.
He's
Speaking
good,
of his
right?
Like-
brother, he
Okay.
said he saw the UFO with his brother. His brother is going to be one of the Bachelors competing for JoJo's Love on next
No.
season of The Bachelorette.
Wow.
For real?
For reals.
Bringing it back full circle here on the Garbage
That's
Time
what we
podcast.
do.
Wait, how old is his brother?
Don't know exact age, but I'm assuming in the JoJo range, which I think she's like 24.
God, that's young.
So
24?
To be 24.
God.
I feel like we
Is he
might.
attractive?
I mean, I don't know. I'll have to do more research on his looks, but
If you could, that'd be great.
But I think like
For
there's a
work.
really good chance if he goes far and makes it to hometowns, then we might get like an Aaron Rodgers, Olivia Munn sighting.
That would be weird, wouldn't it?
Bachelorette. Pretty dope.
Wow. I like
Pretty cool.
that.
Yeah.
That would be.
It'll be exciting.
Very good.
Cool. Well, I'm in on that. I wasn't going to watch The Bachelorette yesterday.
Yeah, totally.
Sure, yeah.
Of course I was. All right, should we get into America's favorite new game?
We should.
Pick your poison. Wrong song, but I'm still into it. Okay, guys, reminder on how this works. You really shouldn't need this by now, but I'm going to give it to you. 5 categories on the board, like my favorite show, Jeopardy. I don't know what's behind each one. I'm going to pick 3 based on the cute little category names that Garrett always reads inappropriately. Each one will reveal a question with 2 options for me to choose between. My producers are going to make their case for each one. I make my pick, and then we open it up to you guys on Twitter to see if you agree. Really quick, let's see what we did last week and what you guys said on Twitter. The first question was, which hobby is more concerning for your favorite athlete to have, couponing or dancing? I said dancing. Twitter said...
Couponing, 56%.
And
That's
I
right.
again say it's because nobody listens to our podcast. They just vote in the polls. They have no idea what we're talking about. Dancing doesn't seem that concerning. But had they listened to our convincing arguments, they would have picked dancing. The second one was, if you were president, which would you make a national holiday, the day after the Super Bowl or the first day of March Madness? I said the day after Super Bowl. You guys agreed.
58%. Agreed.
Yep. And then which stadium would you rather attend, or which would you rather attend, a football game at the new proposed Redskins Stadium or a hockey game in Vegas? I said hockey game in Vegas. You guys agreed?
Yeah, big time, 82%.
Because again, on a Twitter poll, that's like, why would I want to go to a Redskins game?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So it seems like we're kind of in agreement, except about couponing, which you guys should probably get in on that because it's
sure.
dope. Let's welcome in producer Garrett. Hey, G.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, Katie Nolan's favorite, as we just found out.
Katie Nolan, I love her back.
Oh, that's awkward. So Garrett, reveal this week's categories.
This week's categories, I'm going to play it a little straight this week, Katie, if that's okay.
Oh, okay.
The first one is Tennis the Menace,
Cool.
Social Insecurity, Take Me Out of the Ball Game, Pazzamore, and Passive Aggressive. Passive Aggressive.
Okay.
I love it.
I think I know what one of them is, so I'm going to start with it. What was the tennis one?
Tennis the Menace.
Yeah.
Whose statement about female tennis players was dumber?
Yes, I love this category.
Indian Wells CEO Raymond Moore or Novak Djokovic?
Where's
Yes.
that pen at? Because I'm going to forget that dumbass sexist's name. Raymond Moore. Fuck yourself. Go ahead, Matt Ford. What do you got?
So Raymond Moore, who's the CEO of the Indian Wells tennis
Was.
tournament,
Was the CEO.
That's right. He has resigned after his pretty abhorrent comments about women's
Sit
tennis
down,
players.
bitch.
He said, quotes, "In my next life, when I come back, I want to be someone in the WTA, which is the women's professional tennis tour, because they ride on the coattails of the men. If I was a lady player," which is definitely the right way to say that, "I'd go down every night on my knees," also the great way to say that, "and thank God that Roger Federer and Rafa Nadal were born because they have carried the sport. But meanwhile, have there ever been bigger stars in the history of tennis than the Williams sisters?
No.
Ever?"
Nope.
Serena Williams, who was in the finals of that tournament, pointed out that the women's final at the U.S. Open sold out before the men's, even though the women's final was Panetta Vinci, and the men's was Djokovic Federer.
You're my tennis guy. How do you feel about this bullshit?
I think it's crazy. I
Yeah.
think it's ridiculous to say anything like that.
Right, when you're a public figure and it's like, you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to come out and say that women ride coattails and also they should get on their knees. Just
Yeah.
because I'm a learned man who has gotten to the peak
It's ridiculous.
of I'm a CEO of a thing. I don't give a fuck what that thing is. I'm a CEO of it. I'm educated. I should know better than to come out and say women should get down on their knees and that they ride coattails. You fucking moron.
I don't even know where to start.
I know.
It has nothing to do with tennis, this guy's beliefs. They're terrible.
And to me, as an outsider who I enjoy watching tennis, but I'm not I wouldn't call myself a tennis fan just because that wouldn't be fair to tennis fans. It's so weird to watch this sort of, and we'll get to Djokovic in a second. Even worse. But it's so weird to watch this happening in a sport where, for an outsider, it's like it's one of the closest to the male female being equal.
Yes.
Just in terms of like things I would want to watch. If I turn on women's tennis, you don't normally see people go, "Oh, it's the women," and then change it. I mean,
Right.
it's people are, I feel, on the outside, as equally interested in both products.
Sure.
And it's so strange that there's just still, even in a sport like that, so much sexism.
Yeah.
So let's get to what Novak had to say.
So Novak's like, I'm just going to double down on this. And he said, among other things, I have tremendous respect for what women in global sport are doing and achieving. Their bodies are much different to men's bodies. They have to go through a lot of different things that we don't have to go through. The hormones and different stuff. We don't need to get into details.
I think the next sentence was, ladies know what I'm talking about.
Oh my God.
Yep. Oh, and then he keeps going.
Our periods, I think.
Yeah, I think that's what
he's talking about our periods.
And then he keeps going and says,
Menstruation.
he says,
I hear it attracts
I've
bears.
had he said, I've
It
had
attracts bears.
Can't have bears in the court. It's pretty crazy these women are out
can't
here
have bears.
training for a sport while also fending off bears.
Yeah. Come on, Raymond Moore.
And then he says, I've had a woman that was my coach, and that was a huge part of my tennis career. I'm surrounded by women. I'm very happy to be married with one and to have a child. I'm completely for women power, which is the equivalent of saying I'm not racist because I have a black friend.
I'm not sexist. I knocked a woman up.
Yeah.
So I'm completely for women power. I want to make that a t-shirt. I am completely for women power. Yeah, he literally said, ladies know what I'm talking about.
Unreal.
I like the parentheticals. I'm very happy, obviously, to be married with one and to have a child, parentheses, smiling. I just picture Novak like, yeah. That means I had sex with her. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's bad.
Yeah.
That's real bad.
Yeah.
Reading through his statements of all the things he was saying felt like when someone's trying to justify something and you just pictured a shovel and they're just digging themselves
Yep.
deeper. I mean, he brought up equal pay.
Yep.
Which, Matt, correct me if I'm wrong, all the majors
Yes.
are equal pay, and then also a lot of joint events, like at the one at Indian Wells, is equal pay.
Yeah, it's
correct?
one of the few sports where it's a big priority.
Yeah.
Which
and
is
so,
great.
that was a couple years ago, there was that big push.
Yep.
And he brought up equal pay and was like, I know the women, this is Djokovic, I know the women fought really hard for equal pay, and that was good that they felt they should fight for what they think they deserve. I personally think the men should now fight for more because we attract more viewers than the women do, and then it should be. It's like so you don't believe in equal pay. You believe
Right.
the women deserve to get paid what you used to get paid, and you'd like a raise, please. Thank you very much. That's not. Overall, not good.
Right.
In general, both statements.
Yeah.
I think both of them can go fuck themselves. Is my personal opinion.
But which statement about female tennis players is dumber? Indian Wells Raymond Moore or Novak Djokovic?
I'm gonna say Novak Djokovic. How much money do you need, bro? Don't you wear Uniqlo? That shit is not expensive.
He does.
It attracts bears.
Yeah. What are you talking? But genuinely, you both can go fuck yourselves and just learn how to speak about women. It's not difficult.
No.
You can treat them as if they're athletes, as opposed to just people you reproduce with while you smile creepily at a press conference. And if you don't want to get in trouble, just be like, I didn't hear his comments, but I'm all for equality in the sport. Next question. Boom! Done.
Handled.
Look at
Yes.
that. Before we get to our next category, guys, if you at home, listeners, haven't received your free canister of Super Beets, the circulation superfood that you drink, here's your chance. I'm willing to bet at least 80% of you guys, if not more, right now feel sluggish and mentally drained. I know
I do.
usually around this time of the day
Oh, yeah.
I do, but I don't now, because as you can see, I'm drinking Super Beets. Because for me, it was my circulation, and I'm betting it's the same for you. Being dietary nitrate deficient keeps your body from producing enough nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for healthy circulation. Super Beets is loaded with dietary nitrates that boost nitric oxide for more energy. It's science. It's 10 times more effective than other beet powders, and it works 3 times faster because of the patented light drying process that they use. It's a delicious way to naturally support healthy blood pressure, energy, stamina, and mental sharpness. Have you ever listened to this podcast and been like, man, that Katie Nolan is not mentally sharp? No, you haven't, and it's because Super Beets. And also, I'm smart. You will love the taste of Super Beets and feel results in as little as 20 minutes, guaranteed, or you don't pay. That's dope. Plus, Super Beets now comes in black cherry flavors. So if taste was holding you back before, if you didn't think you liked the taste of beets, Now's the time to try it. Call 800-951-9013. That's 800-951-9013. Or go to beatsbykatie.com.
Sick.
I need like a rap air horn. Beatsbykatie.com. You guys didn't want to give me that rap air horn? Thanks so much.
You
You
nailed
nailed
it.
it. You did yourself.
So good. I like the beets flavor.
Me
I
too.
think it's
Good.
delicious.
They're both good.
Awesome.
All right, Garrett, what do we got left for categories, bro?
The remaining categories: social insecurity, take me out of the ball game, Betzamore, and passive aggressive.
I want that one.
The last one, passive aggressive.
No, what was it?
It's passive aggressive. Aggressive. Katie, which is more passive aggressive? LeBron unfollowing the Cavs on Twitter, or Tom Coughlin still working out at the Giants gym?
This is my favorite Pick Your Poison
One
category
is
ever.
passive and one
This
is
is it.
super aggressive.
Oh my
What do you
gosh.
got, producer Matt?
Okay, well, I just want to walk you through this whole LeBron James Twitter saga. The internet was able to discern this week that LeBron unfollowed the Twitter account of the Cavs. Everyone's first instinct, like mine, was this is probably a mistake, right? You sometimes follow or unfollow people. But no,
Absolutely
LeBron
not.
at first said,
Absolutely not.
next question when asked about it.
After an awkward
Very weird,
pause.
very weird. And then he was asked again and said he was in, quote, playoff mode and couldn't afford any distractions. But after that, LeBron tweeted, so he's on Twitter, that he's still joining Snapchat, which is an even bigger distraction, wouldn't you think? Mm-hmm. So here's my theory. He's unhappy in Cleveland. The Kevin Love trade thing hasn't worked out. Kyrie Irving's not doing so well. LeBron is longing for greener pastures and sending a subtle, passive-aggressive message.
It's definitely not subtle because everything LeBron does, we all turn into a big story. So if
How
he
did
did it
someone
on
find that
purpose-
out?
Here's the thing that's annoying to me. I agree with you. He must be doing it in a way so that the media will start the story and will be talking about it because he knows you're not going to subtly unfollow the Cavaliers and no one will notice, and also no one will talk about it. I think he wants the media talking about it to either distract them from other things he's doing or also to get the narrative started that he's leaving the Cavaliers. I don't fucking know. What I do know is if you wanted to shut the story down and you didn't want to talk about it anymore, first of all, next question, worst way to do that.
Worst.
Second of all, the easiest way to do it is to be like, yeah, I play for the Cavaliers, so if I need news and information and updates, I will just get it from the team. I don't need to follow them on Twitter. Just say,
Great answer.
my Twitter ratio, my follow to following is off, which LeBron's never would be, but I was trying to get my follows down because it looked like I was overzealous, and so I unfollowed necessary teams. And I can relate LeBron because I had somebody tell me the other day, I believe it was during the Rem podcast, so it may have been Rem, but it may have been Matt, that my ratio's off. I follow too many people. And so I went back through and I unfollowed a whole bunch of people on Twitter. And I had a moment of like, wait, I can't unfollow like something at the version of the Cavaliers. And like, I can't unfollow that. And then it's like, well, yeah, wait, yes, you can. Because you really don't need it. So I unfollowed Garbage Time, Ashley. I apologize. I'm just kidding. I still follow because I like you so much. But like you sometimes don't have to follow. Just because you don't follow someone doesn't mean you don't like them. Richard Deitch unfollowed me. That's what I found out this week
messed
while I was
up.
going through my unfollows and being like, I don't want to unfollow anyone who still follows me. Richard Deitch unfollowed me. Keith
cool.
Olbermann unfollowed me.
Also not cool.
Not fucking cool, guys. Blake Griffin followed me, liked my 69 tweet.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
Follow at Katie Nolan for all your 69 basketball-related news. What was the rest of this category? Oh, Tom Coughlin working out.
Yeah, this is amazing. So Tom
old is he?
69.
There he is.
Fives.
Point it out, Nolan.
Fives. So even though he's basically fired from the team, he resigned, but he was really fired, he still goes to the Giants facility in East Rutherford several days a week to squeeze in an early morning workout.
Oh my
Which is
God.
just amazing. It's basically George Costanza still going to work after he got fired, or Milton in Office Space. Like, I just don't get it. It's like, why?
It's
Like,
a free gym. What do you mean you don't get it?
dude, okay.
Gyms are expensive in New York.
You don't think like Tom Coughlin could like get a decent rate at New York Sports Club?
So you think Regis Philbin eating at Ciao Bella or whatever it was called every single night because they gave him free food? You can be old, rich,
point.
and still stingy as fuck.
Yeah, no, I get it. Old people.
But he's going where he got fired from, and he's going into the gym, and he's seeing like his guy Ben McAdoo, who was like his guy in his job
Do you
now.
think though? Do you think that he's
Totally.
maybe he knows the times that they're not gonna be there?
This is the fun part for me, is picturing like Odell Beckham trying to use Coughlin's machine, you know, being like, "Are you almost off? By the way, you don't work here.
Yeah, or
Get
Odell
out of
Beckham being
here."
like, "Can you wipe it down so it doesn't smell like mothballs when you leave?"
Yeah. Did you forget your architectural digest? You left it on the elliptical yesterday. Like, what's wrong with this?
It is amazing. I just don't get, like, how is he not just mortified walking into this place every week?
No
We're like,
shame.
we don't want you here.
No shame.
Is he just
Somebody should grow a pair of balls and be like, "Excuse me, Tom, please, you can't come here anymore."
I know, but John
Revoke
Mara,
his pass.
John Mara's like, no, he's always welcome here. It's not an issue.
The gym is not your gym or my gym. I bet it's gigantic, and he can work out in it while someone else is, and they aren't even in the same room.
Right.
But every day someone's like, "Is that fucking Tom Coughlin? Is that really him? Is he here?"
And
You know
Tom's
that
like,
happens.
listen, they have a sick lat pull down machine that Equinox does not have, and I'm
Listen,
not
if
giving
you-
that up.
If you don't want to run into Tom Coughlin at the gym, go at about 4 o'clock when he's eating dinner. That's the best bet.
Absolutely.
Work out at 4 or after 8 when he's asleep.
Perfect. Great strategy.
Can
I
I
love
ask
that.
you guys some questions about this?
Yes.
What do you think? What's his outfit?
Okay, I'll tell you right now.
Is it
He's
team
got
apparel?
The big socks,
Yep.
the socks that go up to his shin.
Yep.
Are those crew socks? I don't know anything about
Sure.
men's
Yep.
footwear. He's got an all white, probably like a New Balance,
Oh,
that are a
yeah.
little yellowy on the bottom. He's
Good,
wearing
good.
them a lot.
Yeah.
I think he's got glasses and like a big white T-shirt, and then long basketball shorts.
Oh.
And I think he's got a sweatband on one wrist,
Yep.
an Apple Watch on the other
Ooh,
wrist,
wow.
Okay.
slash Fitbit. I don't know where his loyalties
great.
lie.
Yep.
And maybe a sweatband on the head, aggressively, but he's old, so he sweats and he needs it to. That's what I'm picturing.
Like a Walkman, maybe?
yeah, for
Ooh,
certainly
definitely.
a
Yeah,
Walkman.
not an iPod or
no,
phone.
no, a Walkman, and then like the ones that go over your head that have like an American Airlines on the ear.
For sure. And towel around the neck at all times.
All
Yeah,
times.
yeah. Totally.
Yeah. That's it. No sweatband on the head. He's got a towel around his neck and all. That's thank
cool.
you. Thank you for correcting.
Cool, perfect.
Is that what you think?
Yeah, I just wonder, I would love it if he wore like Giants clothes in there. And was like, I'd still go here.
It's the T-shirt's probably a Giants T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
So, Katie,
That's how I feel. What, Garrett?
which is more passive aggressive? LeBron unfollowing the Cavs or Tom Coughlin working out at Giants Stadium?
I think Tom Coughlin working out is aggressive. I think I think the Giants are being passive aggressive by not like kicking him out. So I'm gonna say LeBron unfollowing the Cavaliers on Twitter is more passive aggressive.
Passive aggressive.
Passive aggressive.
Passive aggressive.
Before our final category, guys, let's talk about Lyft. Dave, do you even Lyft, bro?
Yeah, I do, bro. At the Giant Stadium.
Lyft is like having your own personal driver available 24/7. Don't worry about directions. Your driver will find you. I've been using Lyft. I like it very much. It's super convenient. And to be completely honest, there was another app I used before Lyft for something similar, but now I find that when I can't find a car on that app or if the surge is ridiculous, I would start using Lyft, and then was like, well, there's no surge on Lyft right now, and there's cars everywhere. And so now I'm fully Lyft. It's easier, more convenient, there's more drivers, it's a better experience, and it's not full of itself like some other apps. That's how I feel, personally. Dave, do you even Lyft, bro?
I do Lyft, bro. I love Lyft. I just feel like that, I mean, beyond how easy it is, same thing you said, like, drivers are just nicer. And just like, it's just more of a friendly experience, and I don't feel like they're trying to like milk every cent out of me by like taking me weird ways. They're like, yeah, bro, no, I'm taking
and
you where you want.
they're happier because when you get out of the car, my phone is like, did you enjoy your ride? Would you like to tip your driver? And I'm like, I'd love to tip my driver.
Yes.
That's such a cool feature that you can use. It's already a great value. It's better, faster, and cheaper. And now they have an exclusive offer just for our listeners because I love it, and I know you will too. You can save up to $30 on your first 3 rides. The easiest way to do this, just go to lyft.com. That's, lyft.com/Katie. That's lyft.com/Katie. Enter your phone number, and you'll get a message to your phone to activate your offer. lyft.com/KATIE. Don't wait. This amazing offer won't last, and it's only for our listeners. So they're so nice. And really quick, also today's podcast brought to you by SeatGeek. Whether you're looking to buy tickets to a game or sell tickets you can't use, you need to check out SeatGeek, the smartest way to buy and sell tickets for your favorite sports team. I've used SeatGeek recently too. The Bruins are playing the Devils next week, and so I've used my SeatGeek app to try to find the best deal. And I love that they organize tickets in a way that it's not just by price. It lets you know, like, this is a great deal, this is a good deal, and this isn't a very good deal at all, but you can still buy them. That's such a cool way to organize tickets when you know you want to get your money's worth and also a good view, and you can see the view from your seat. Have you guys used SeatGeek?
I have actually just got tickets on SeatGeek. Monday Night Raw is at Barclays Center next Monday.
Nice.
Didn't want to bring it.
And I use SeatGeek. Same thing you said. I found a great deal, and I'm psyched to go.
Cool. I'm so psyched for you. I guess the only thing that sucks about SeatGeek is it doesn't let you know your friends bought tickets to a thing you didn't get invited to.
Oh.
So I guess I'll have to SeatGeek. Matt and Garrett and I will go together in a different section.
Yes.
Better seats.
Tables have turned.
Yeah,
Producer
Tables
Dave.
have turned, and then we threw somebody through one of them.
Wow.
Okay, sorry, back to SeatGeek. So it pulls all the ticket buying and selling options from other ticket sites into one place to save you time. Plus, if you have tickets you can't use, SeatGeek will help you price your tickets on their site so you can quickly sell them to another fan. Think about that. You don't have to do the math. It's going to do it for you and tell you how much you should charge. And SeatGeek has the lowest fees of any ticket site out there and always shows you the full price up front, so you're never surprised at the end when you go to check out. My listeners get a $20 rebate off their first SeatGeek purchase, which I'm going to use on
Yes.
Devils Bruins tickets. Is that allowed? So to get your $20 rebate on tickets, download the free SeatGeek app, go to the settings tab and click add a promo code. Enter promo code KATIE. That's my name. SeatGeek will send you $20 once you've made your first ticket purchase. Download the free SeatGeek app and enter promo code Katie today. Boom! So many sponsors. Ball so hard. Mother effers want to sponsor me. So Garrett, what do we have left?
Remaining categories: social insecurity, take me out of the ball game, and Pat's Amore.
I'm still not understanding what that
Sorry,
last.
that last one is Pat's Amore.
This is hard.
Pat stands for Patriots.
Oh. Yeah, sure, fine, take that one.
Pat's Amore. Which Pat's story would you love more? Roger Goodell giving them their draft picks back, or Calvin Johnson coming out of retirement to join the team?
Wow. Wow.
Another good category.
I'm gonna let you two make Patriots arguments to me. I love this so much. What do you got, producer Matt?
So I'm going to pitch you Calvin Johnson coming to you in a year. So former NFL wide receiver and guy you had in fantasy at least twice, Nate Burleson, wrote a column on NFL.com this
Love
week.
him. It was one time. It was after the pizza incident.
Oh yeah. What was that? What? Oh, he hurt himself in
He
a.
was driving, and there was a pizza in the passenger seat, and he
Oh,
stopped
man.
abruptly and reached out to save the pizza and broke his arm.
I think we did like 45 minutes of no filter
I
about
think we did
this.
too. And ever
time
since then,
ago.
I loved him. And when
Oh
I
my
met him in
gosh.
person, I wanted to be like, I loved you ever since the pizza. But I didn't want him to be like, you're a bitch. And so I didn't. But like, there's no quicker way to endear yourself to me
Yeah.
than to hurt yourself and your NFL career for the sake of a pizza.
Rescuing pizza.
Because nothing's worse than when a pizza gets to your house and all the cheese slumped to one side because
Oh,
you know
yeah.
your driver didn't give a fuck.
I imagine that's probably not what really happened in Nate Burleson's
Yeah.
life, but boy, did I buy into it.
Yeah, he really cared about his toppings
Yeah, you
and
sure
preserving
did.
them. Well, he wrote a column on NFL.com this week. He used to be teammates with Calvin Johnson, said he was a Hall of Fame lock, and said all this great stuff about his preparation and all that. But then he sort of buried this little thing in the bottom of it that suggested that Calvin take a year off and then unretire next year to join the Patriots. It may be sort of difficult contract-wise, but this is sort of like the Brett Favre scenario where he like retired and then he wanted to come back and the Packers had to like release him. So it can be done, and I'm sure that Bill Belichick could figure out a way to get this done if he really wanted. But imagine that offense: Brady, Gronk, Martellus Bennett.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
And Johnny Johnson.
What did he give a reason why he should do that? Like in this
To win
article?
a Super Bowl.
Oh. All right. That's usually what you do if you want to win a
Yep.
Super Bowl. You join the Patriots. So it does make perfect sense.
Yep.
I was gonna say
what
you
I
could join the Redskins or the Vikings, but like that wouldn't be. Why would he do?
burn.
Why would he do that? The Steelers maybe, but these two.
Division champions, each of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Dave. What do you got?
Okay, so that sounds cool, potentially have Megatron on the team. But Pat's owner Robert Kraft said this week that he wrote a letter
did.
to Goodell over
He's
a
so
month ago
cute.
requesting that the league reinstate the draft picks that were stripped as part of the Deflategate penalties. He said this was in response to Goodell saying that if any new facts were learned, he'd reconsider the punishments, which included a 2016 first-round pick and a 2017 fourth-round pick. Now, obviously, the players that they would get with those picks might not have as immediate an impact as Megatron, but wouldn't the moral victory be a bigger win?
Yeah. Well, also Belichick would just trade them away anyway because that's
Yeah.
what he does. But it's leverage that would be. Yeah, I like that he wrote a letter. I think that was pretty sweet. I like that it wasn't an email. In my mind,
course.
Mr. Kraft cannot email. He just writes with a quill.
Yes.
For sure.
An adorable quill. He's so cute. So what am I picking?
Which Pat story do you love more?
Okay. Oh,
Goodell
Pat's
give it-
Amore. I get it.
Which do you amor more?
Okay.
Roger Goodell giving them their draft picks back, or Calvin Johnson coming out of
It's
retirement?
like, which would I rather
Yeah.
have be a thing?
Right.
Calvin's tough because it's, he was great, but he gets hurt a little bit now, and also, but that would be cool. I don't know that we would know what to do with a legit receiver. It's been a while since we've had one of
Yeah.
those.
It'd be like the Randy Moss days,
Yeah.
you know? Like
Yeah.
they were just unstoppable.
know.
Undefeated season with him.
Yeah, Bill would just trade away the picks, but then we'd get more picks, and then we would.
But it's the idea that it's like if Goodell would have to admit, like, you know
Yeah,
what?
then he would have to
Yep.
he would have there would be egg on his face. He'd have to eat crow. What other old things can we say about this? Yeah, you're right. Because then Goodell would have to be like, my bad. I really shouldn't. I went too far with this. So I'd say getting our draft picks back. Good call, Dave. It was a really good last-second push.
Thanks. I'm
like that.
glad I won, I guess.
I like that. Okay, what are the categories left that I did not choose?
The remaining categories: social insecurity. Whose attempts to look cool are more obnoxious, Joe Madden or J.J. Watt?
In case you didn't see, J.J. Watt, because he's the coolest, nicest guy ever, because he wants all of us to know that by posting everything cool he does on Instagram, like
Getting hot in here.
like
Dave's on fire.
wishing his 98-year-old
Hates J.J. Watt
great
so
grandmother a happy birthday
Dave,
on
go.
Twitter,
Don't let us
and posting
stop
a
you.
picture of it that
Go.
she's never going to see.
Go.
And then this week. Let's calm down. But then this week he's like, it's my birthday. I flew 20 of my teammates out to my awesome ranch in Wisconsin, and we're doing all this cool stuff. And you want to know why you know about it? Because I want you to know about it. That's why.
What did Joe Madden do?
He hired a mime to lead the demon stretching because they're so loose and fun there at the Cubs. Meanwhile, they haven't won a World Series in literally 108 years.
Literally.
Literally 108 years.
I picked Dwight Howard. Next question.
Very good.
Final one
Stick
is-
'em.
Final category: take me out of the ball game. Which baseball story is more annoying? Former players criticizing bat flips, or Adam LaRoche retiring because the White Sox wouldn't let him bring
my
his son to the clubhouse every single day?
Craziest story ever. His son is at an age that's like annoying. Was he like 13? And he's there every single day. And then he retires. And then what's his face? Chris Sale is like hangs up jerseys in memory of him as if he died. This story is so baseball. I can't even baseball. It is the most ridiculous
Completely agree.
controversy I've ever heard in my life. Ever.
You're so right.
We
It's
were
insane.
talking about this earlier. Can you imagine that kid growing up, like when he's our age, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I cost my dad $14 million because he retired because I couldn't hang out in the clubhouse."
Super weird.
So much
That's
therapy.
Imagine having
terrible.
a 12-year-old around it. Like, we had O'Toole for a while there, and it was hard enough. You can't talk about anything in front of 12-year-old children without hurting their feelings. Anyway,
It's
what was
amazing.
the other one?
The other one was all these old
the bat
ex-players
flips.
complaining about bat flips, from Goose Goddard to Johnny Bench.
Your name's Goose.
Yeah. Yeah.
And your name's Bench. Like, maybe don't be named after nouns. How about that?
Burn!
Yeah.
Burn fucking city, Goose Bench.
So baseball.
Cool.
So baseball.
What's your hot take?
I was David Ortiz's response to
love
that. He said a lot of awesome things. One of them was, if I take you deep and I pimp the shit out of it, then that should be motivation for you to try to get me out in my next at bat instead of just talking shit.
Love it. That's my guy. It's going to be a sad world when he leaves baseball.
best.
Didn't he also say something? They were like, oh, it's all these old school guys. And he's like, I'm old school. Find me somebody else who was playing in whatever year.
Yeah, he said, how many other people were played in 1997.
It's amazing.
Great.
All right,
best.
that's our lovely, amazing game called Pick Your Poison. Remember to make your choices in our Twitter polls, and next week I'll reveal how your picks compared to mine. But do it after you listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
We make some really convincing
that's
arguments,
right.
and we put a lot of time into the research. And by we, I mean these two. So, all right, before we get to junk mail, we have a new sponsor. Ooh, ooh. Casper. Casper is an online retailer of obsessively engineered mattresses at a shockingly fair price. A Casper mattress is one of a kind, a new hybrid mattress made in America that combines premium latex foam with memory foam. You get just the right sink and just the right bounce, with the two technologies coming together for better nights and brighter days. Mattresses can often cost well over $1,500, but Casper mattresses cost between $500 for a twin, $750 for a full, $850 for queen, and $950 for a king. Comparing that to industry averages, that's an outstanding price point. And buying a Casper mattress is completely risk-free. Seriously, you can try sleeping on a Casper for 100 days with free delivery and painless returns. Statistically, lying on a bed for 4 minutes in a showroom has no correlation to whether it's the right bed for you. Casper understands the importance of truly trying out a mattress that in all reality you spend a third of your life on. That's crazy. So you get 100 days, and then they'll come get it if it's not the one you want. And they have a special offer for our listeners. Get $50 towards any mattress purchase by visiting casper.com/garbagetime and using the code garbagetime, all one word, at checkout. Casper.com/garbagetime. Terms and conditions apply. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Maybe we can finally get you to
Casper.
not sleep on a couch bed, Garrett.
I'm going to use that promo code.
Yeah, you really should.
$50 off.
You should.
Yeah.
All right, it's time for junk mail.
You've got junk mail.
Today's junk mail question comes from Jeremy Casperson.
Oh my God, you're so
Wow.
on brand.
He asks, Easter's coming up on Sunday, so he asks, can any Easter candy challenge the superiority of the Reese's peanut butter egg?
What a fucking question. Reese's peanut butter egg is so dope. Just like the Reese's Christmas tree is so dope. And when
And
we
the
had them in this
pumpkin.
office, I could not, that's what it was, the pumpkin.
Yep.
I could not eat it. Easter candy, it's funny because that's Easter's thing, is candy. And it's not that great. But I will say Reese's peanut butter egg is my number 2.
What?
It's my number 2.
I really hope you're going with your number one where I think you're going.
Should I reveal mine first,
Okay.
or should you reveal yours first? Because you seem to think it's your number 2 as well.
Let's reveal ours first. I think we all have some takes on this.
Okay,
So,
go ahead, Dave.
I will say that I think the Reese's peanut butter egg is completely overrated because it's just a peanut butter
my
cup in a
God.
different
Wow,
shape.
so you're fired.
It's just a peanut
outta
butter cup
here.
in a different
Disagree.
shape.
Disagree hard.
Super
Reese's peanut
disagree.
butter
I was
egg.
already upset with you because you've been drinking all the Super Beets, and now I'm extra angry because you just said that Reese's peanut butter eggs are overrated. And so the thing about, and I think we may have had this conversation about the pumpkin, the thing that makes it better than a Reese's peanut butter cup is that they get the peanut butter to chocolate ratio
Yes.
right. There's more
Exactly.
peanut butter.
I was talking about this earlier, and I'm happy it's your number 2 and you love it. There's also a dust that comes on the normal peanut butter cup. In the ridges, factory dust gets in there. It makes it disgusting and dry, whereas the egg and Christmas tree and pumpkin, perfect ratio.
Smooth.
And dare I say saltier peanut butter?
I think you're right.
You dare say
I
that.
dare.
I agree that they're delicious.
No, you're
I'm
out
just
on this.
saying,
We don't want to talk to you anymore.
I'm just saying
What,
that
do you love
nothing,
Peeps? Do you love Peeps and
nothing-
candy corn,
no,
you terrorist?
Nothing beats a Cadbury cream egg.
Okay, yes,
Nothing.
it does. Because if you want to
Nothing.
talk ratios, the ratio of a Cadbury cream egg is so off. I have to scoop out and throw away half the goo.
But the goo is the best thing ever. I
What
would
is the
argue
goo?
for the goo.
What is the goo?
What's the goo? Pancake batter? That shit's disgusting.
It's the most delicious, sugary, sweet goo, and it has that
Liquid.
yellow in it too for
Yeah,
for extra
you're making
flavor.
that sound really
It is
appetizing.
outstanding. I wait all year for it. A Reese's peanut butter cup flavored thing you could have all year.
Not without
Thank
the factory dust.
Cadbury cream
You're
egg is
that
special.
person who gets spin dip at a restaurant and uses like a pita chip and scoops the largest amount of dip, and it's like, just use a spoon, you psychopath. You need a chip to dip ratio, just like you need a chocolate to whatever the fuck the albumin inside of a Cadbury cream egg is ratio.
It is criminal that you pour out some of that.
Oh, I can't
goo.
pour it because it's not
is-
even really liquid. It's liquid when you want it to be solid, and it's solid when you want it to be liquid. It's like magma. I turn the egg upside down and it doesn't move, but then I go to bite it and it squirts all over the place.
It squirts
is the
delicious
worst.
flavor
It is
all in
the
your mouth.
worst. Also, the egg, there's room in there that's just hollow chocolate. And so it's like you don't know if you're going to bite and get the goo or if you're going to get the hollow part, and you never know what to expect.
It's a beautiful element of surprise, which
Yeah,
makes me
well,
love it even more.
That's weird of you. My number one, now that we're all calm, the Cadbury mini eggs. Those are the best. First of all, you guys clearly don't know. You clearly don't know what they are. There's no cream in the middle. They're just chocolate. They have the hard shell on the outside that come in that purple bag, and you can all fuck yourselves because they're the dopest Easter candy. There's no cream in the middle. They're made by the same company. Like that's like saying a Nestle Crunch bar and a Nestle other type of bar are the same thing. They're made by the same company, but they're not the same. You know them?
So it's like a Reese's egg, but worse, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
No, because you genuinely can't get these at any other time. There isn't also a Halloween version and also a Christmas version. They only come out at Easter. The crunchiness of the outside is like unmatched. Nobody has mastered it. You look horrified right now, Garrett.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I'll bring them in. But then I need you guys to eat them because my problem is I'll buy a whole bag. That's
Yep.
the good thing about the cream egg, you psycho. You can buy one. No one's gonna buy 5. That's you.
Oh
Right?
yeah, I've never done that.
But if I buy a bag of the mini eggs, I eat the whole
Yep.
thing. The quality of the chocolate is just so good. What's your favorite for a Reese's?
I have like a write-in candidate. I have like a John Kasich nomination. I like the all jelly beans, Easter jelly beans.
Every jelly bean?
Like Starburst especially.
What about
Lock
licorice
it
jelly
in.
beans?
Was that a thing?
Well, yeah, when you get an assorted thing of jelly beans.
Yeah. Oh,
When
the
I was
liquor.
younger,
oh,
they used to
the
always
the black. No.
They used to pick
No.
out the black ones, and that's
Yeah,
why
can't
I
do it.
liked them because
Yeah.
my brother, when he would find all the Easter eggs, would only give me his licorice jelly beans. I learned to love the candy everybody else
Yeah,
hated.
that's right.
Except
Get the
malt balls.
scraps.
Malt balls can still fuck right off.
They can fuck off.
I'm just not
I
in on
agree.
malt balls. Neither's Ashley. I like it. What's your number one? Did you already
Reese's
say it?
eggs, but do you guys fuck with Butterfinger eggs?
I do
wow.
fuck with Butterfinger eggs.
That's a spin-off.
They're good.
I like that.
It is a spin-off.
Brilliant.
They're good. You know what I don't fuck with? Chocolate bunnies that are hollow on the inside.
No.
Yeah, why?
Like
Sorry,
why?
Grandma.
I don't feel good eating an animal anyway. Like you make this adorable animal and I'm gonna eat it, and then I
struggle
find
with
out
that
that on
too.
the inside there's just nothing. Like might as well fill it with whatever the fuck your goo magma is.
That would be outstanding. Then I'm in on that
It's
now.
just a big hollow bunny, and I have to look it in its eye while I bite its ear off. It just makes me feel like a really bad person. And also, peeps can fuck themselves.
Oh, totally.
I'm with you on that.
That's it, everybody. Bye. Oh, actually, you know what? Tweet us what your favorite Easter candy is. What
Yeah.
should we make the hashtag for that? Hashtag, hi, Katie, this is my favorite Easter candy.
Hashtag fuck peeps.
Hashtag albumin. Hashtag,
GT Easter candy?
yeah, I guess so. Do whatever hashtag you want to. That's not a hashtag.
Say that one.
work.
Sounds-
Hashtag GT Easter. That's, you know what I make a longer, it's like hashtag Denver Bronco Super Bowl playoff county, whatever the fuck that stupid Super Bowl thing.
Keep pounding.
Yeah, seriously. So yeah, tweet us, what I just say? GT Easter.
Yep.
Hashtag GT Easter, your favorite Easter candy. If it's Peeps, just unfollow. That's it, you guys. We'll be back to do this again next week. Remember, don't forget to go back and check out the REM podcast from earlier this week. Make sure to subscribe on iTunes and rate it and leave a comment, but only if it's 5 stars and only if the comment is nice, because honestly, we just spent about 25 minutes talking about Easter candy, and if you think that doesn't take a lot of time and effort, then you're wrong, so be nice. Or you can listen on Art19, SoundCloud, Stitcher, or Google Play. Thank you to producer Matt.
Thank you, and follow us on Twitter @Cavs.
At Cavs, yes. Thank you to producer Garrett.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Ashley. Thank you. Who are you? Thanks, producer Dave.
Oh, thanks. Thank
I've
you.
sold you out a lot of times this week. I'm gonna stop doing it now. I'll move on to Matt. Thanks to all of you for
guys.
thanks to all of you for listening. Bye. Love you. Mean it.